Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's matchup between the Kauai Red Raiders and your Kapaa Warriors. Now for the starting lineups. For the Kauai Red Raiders, number 0, Shaylee Jacobs. Number 4, Jasmine Corpuz. Number 11, Sophia Padua. Number 23, Kyrie Quinones. And number 25, Layla Kalani. And now for your D2 defending state champions, Kapaa Warriors! Number 11, Trinity Gibbs. Number 12, Tyler Sayano. Number 14, Ali Takahata. Number 21, Denise Alfaro.
Between the Kapaa Warriors and the Kauai Red Raiders. Next to me is Christian Jenkins, who will be doing the color commentary. As we get ready for tip-off, Christian, what should we expect tonight?
Fast-paced, aggressive game. Both teams like to get up the court and get into transition, and they're trying to set the tone for the beginning of the season.
All right, Kapaa wins the tip-off. By Kauai Red Raiders. Jasmine Corpuz was fouled.
The foul on number 12, Tyler Samiano. Looks like we have a shooting foul here, number 4 for the Red Raiders.
We have Corpuz at the free throw line. Corpuz connects on the first free throw. And she converts on the second free throw.
Another
Kauai with the possession. You know, Kapaa is the defending state D2 champions, so they definitely have a target on their back this season. Denise Alfonso with the steal.
It's a nice three-point shot by Samiano.
Samiano comes back with the steal. Contact. Oh, Oh, they call a charge on Tyra.
Rod, that's going to be number 2 on Samiano. She's critical to the defense and offense of this team. She's going to have to come out for a little bit.
Yeah, good call on that. They're going to substitute Skyland Fagarang in. She's a new addition to the Warrior squad. Her grandfather, Neil, is the head coach. We got a turnover by Kauai. A little nervousness, it seems like, which is to be expected.
Yeah, it's the first game of the season, so we got to get those pre-quarter jitters out. Looks like they're trying to press a little bit to get the ball into Olivia. Just got to take their time, work the ball around a little bit, and then try and find her inside.
Kapaa brings the ball up. Got a couple of bunnies missed by Kapaa.
Definitely. It looks like Kapaa has the size advantage, and they're going to have to use that to get on the boards.
Yeah, like you said, they were trying to get it into Malafu a little earlier, but they got to just be patient. Take what the defense gives them. Fagarang gets it into Malafu, and she just misses the layup.
I think that's Kapaa's bread and butter. Malafu is powerful down low. She can take the ball right to the rim, and they just need to get her the ball down there as seamlessly as possible.
And Malafu hits the first free throw. And she misses the second. Kauai with the ball. Malafu with the steal. Alfonso to Malafu, and Malafu is fouled again in the act of shooting. She'll go to the free throw line again. Tell you what, Kauai better be careful as far as their foul trouble, trying to guard Malafu in the paint.
I hear you. It's going to be a long night for the Red Raiders if they continue to foul Malafu. If they're going to be successful, they're going to have to come with a double team. If they plan on playing her one-on-one, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah. Looks like we got a 30-second timeout by the Raiders. So we've been mentioning Malafu quite a bit so far. We're only 5 minutes into the first quarter. She actually signed with a D1 school. I believe it's Utah State or Southern Utah.
Yeah, she signed with the Division I school, Southern Utah.
Southern Utah, yeah.
State of Utah.
So she comes from a lineage of D1 players. Her older brother, Solomone Malafu, plays linebacker for UCLA.
Very good genes in the family.
And Malafu connects on the second free throw. And for the Raiders is Zariah Fernandez. Kapaa with the pressing right now. They were able to get a turnover. The Raiders with the block.
The Red Raiders are going to have to try and push this ball and get into transition a little bit. They are undersized, and I think their chance would be to get the ball up the court as fast as they can.
Kapaa with the inbound. Once again, they're going to Malafu. She misses. Ali'i goes up. She gets fouled in the act of shooting, so she'll go to the free throw line for 2. Oh, correction, that's Trinity Guillen.
Yeah, Trinity is a two-sport athlete. She was on the varsity volleyball team, and she's on this basketball team here. She's a active jumper, good rebounder. I think she'll do well tonight.
And she connects on the first free throw. She misses a second.
And that's Malafu with another bucket.
All right.
She's tough on the block.
Oh, Malafu with the steal. Very agile. Once again, they go inside to Malafu. She scores in the paint. Tell you, Layla Kalani's got her hands full. She's no slouch either, though. And she goes up for two and is fouled. She'll go to the line for two.
As we talked about, Malafu in the post. Red Raiders can't let her get that deep on the block. Once she gets that deep on the block, it's pretty much going to be a 2 points or a foul.
Yeah.
They have to try and push her off that block a little bit and get her towards the free throw line.
Kalani misses the first free throw. She'll try to convert on the second. And does. You know, on paper, it looks like Kapaa is going to run away with it, but you got to play the games. And I know Kauai's got a lot of heart, and Waimea is another team to watch out for. We'll talk about them a little bit later on.
Definitely, the Red Raiders, they are full of heart, they're full of spark, they're full of spunk, and they're gritty. They're not afraid to get on the ball, get all the loose balls, push the pace. That's what they need to do here, though. They got to use their speed to their advantage and try and get up and push the pace, get to transition a little bit.
Trinity with the rebound off the Kauai miss. Alfonso pushes it up the court. Once again, steady dose of Malafu. And they're going to call that foul on the ground, so no shot attempt.
Malafu is getting to the basket at will. They're going to have to make some adjustments to try and stop that.
Malafu's fouled in the act of shooting. She was going for a mid-range. Once again, she'll be back at the free throw line.
And Rod, she's more than a post player. She can step out and knock the three down occasionally. She can put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. She's an all-around player.
She definitely is, and she'll need to use all those attributes as she moves up to that D1. There'll be a lot of players with a lot more size.
Definitely.
But she's got a really good skill set. And she converts on the second free throw. They try to make the entry pass into Kalani, but Malafu tips it away. Still Red Raider possession. Samiano's in for Takinaka.
Yeah, she's going to be one to watch with her two personal fouls.
And we got a foul on Trinity Guillen. Kauai will be taking the ball out on the baseline. Samiano's bringing the ball up. And we got a jump ball.
Malafu usually makes those. She's missed a couple of bunnies right around the rim that she usually knocks down, so I'm sure moving forward that she's going to knock those down.
Yeah. So we got a jump ball. Possession goes to Kauai. For those of you at home wondering with the jump ball why they don't actually jump the ball, they only switch possessions for high school basketball. So every jump ball is a change of possession. Warriors with the ball. Malafu into Denise Alfonso. Got about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Warriors are up 12-3. And Malafu with a tough basket in the paint.
And that's what we're talking about, Rod. She's unstoppable on that low block. They're going to have to try and get her off the low block.
Do you think the Raiders would do better if they fronted her? Or is it better to have her in the...
I think they should try to at least attempt to front her and have the help come from the back or the weak side, because playing directly behind her, she's eating them up right now.
And we have a Warrior timeout. You know, for a home opener, it got a pretty nice crowd, I'd say. I'm looking at some of the Kauai Red Raider boys supporting. You like to see the boys supporting the girls.
It's good to see the families and friends come out and support our Kapaa Warriors.
Definitely, definitely.
But Kapaa should not deviate from the game plan. The game plan is to get the ball into Malafu, and that's what they're doing, and she's making them pay for it.
Alfonso's bringing the ball up. Is that a travel? Got a travel call against the Warriors. Raiders with the ball. Kapaa's putting a lot of pressure on the Red Raiders, and they force a turnover.
Yes, they are. The Red Raiders are having a difficult time just trying to get the ball past half court. They're going to need to adjust their press break here.
Oh, Samiano with the layup.
That's excellent ball move by the Kapaa Warriors. Excellent passing, find the open man.
Still by Malafu. And she misses the layup. Trinity again with the follow and the foul. So she'll try to convert the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And Trinity hits the free throw. Kapaa still pressuring. And they force another turnover.
And Rod, this is a loose press. It's not a full-on attacking, this not attacking mode. They're just letting them make the pass, and then they're jumping the lanes and get the steal.
Yeah, Sophia Bodua just comes in. Denise with the three-point, and she converts. Alfonso.
Kapaa's running on all cylinders right now.
And Kauai with another turnover. This has got to be frustrating for the Red Raiders.
It definitely does, especially being the first home game of the season. Both teams want to try and set the tone for the remainder of the season, and it's not going the way of the Red Raiders right now. Plenty of game left. Anything can happen.
And in case you folks at home are wondering, we are doing double duty, playing music in the house as well. So
always wear more than one hat.
So I mentioned earlier that the boys Red Raiders are here supporting the girls. The Kapaa Warrior boys team is actually on Oahu in a tournament, so they couldn't be here tonight. I want to give a big shout out to them.
Yeah, if they weren't at their tournament, I guarantee they'd definitely be here supporting the female.
Denise Alfonso's bringing the ball up. Red Raiders, they get it inside. Oh, blocked
Nice
by
block.
Samiano. Red Raiders almost come up with the steal. Oh, we get a block by Kalani. And unfortunately for the Red Raiders, they got to travel. Got a minute, 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Kapaa Warriors 22, Kauai Red Raiders 3. Girls are scrapping down there.
Paul swinging the ball nicely.
Fangarang with the deep three. Definitely a welcome addition to these Kapaa Warriors.
Definitely. If they have their inside-outside game going, it's going to be trouble for the Red Raiders.
It's going to be trouble for all the KIF.
I agree with you. Because Malafu's unstoppable on the block, and we have a slew of three-point shooters that can consistently knock down shots. It's going to be a rough. Looks like Red Raiders holding for the last shot. Nope.
Kapaa with the rebound. Alfonso, the pass into Malafu, and the turnover. She tries to get it in to Trinity Guillen. Red Raiders with 8.4 seconds. Let's see if the Raiders are conscientious of how much time is on the clock.
Doesn't appear so at this time.
Got to get that ball up, and they're unable to convert. So after one, 25 to 3.
Yeah, that was a rough start for the Red Raiders. They had difficulty trying to break the press break of the Kapaa Warriors. They're going to need to change up their tactics to get past that press. They're going to need to try and attack the press with a little more pace. They're walking into the press slowly, walking up, trying to make that pass, and they're getting the ball stolen. You're going to have to try and get a little pace in their press break.
Yeah, we'll see if the Red Raiders coaching staff can make the adjustments. But you got to give credit to the athleticism of these Kapaa Warriors.
Definitely, they're able to do a lot of things on the court. They can run, they can play big, they can play small. Very athletic, they can do a lot of things.
Got some media folks in the house. Dennis Fujimoto is here. Also have a rep from the Countdown. He takes some incredible pictures.
Yes,
if you
he
get
does.
a chance to look at the Countdown pictures on Facebook.
I don't know how he does it, but he sure does get out to every single game he can.
Yeah, I think Dennis Fujimoto must be cloned because this guy is everywhere at every event. I don't know how he does it.
All right, start of the second quarter here. Let's see if the Red Raiders come out with some adjustments here.
Looks like Malafu is out. So we'll see if the Raiders can capitalize. What I'd like to see is them try to give them a steady dose of Kalani. See if they can make the Warriors pay on the inside.
Yeah, she seems to be the only one with size on the floor at this time, so she might be able to dominate on that block if she can get the ball. Again, getting past that press break has been extremely difficult for the Red Raiders.
Alfonso with the drive and miss. And we have a jump ball. Trinity Guillen in there, forcing a jump ball. And it's Red Raiders possession.
Kapaa still trapping at half court. And the Red Raiders are still having difficulty trying to break that trap.
Wow. Alfonso with the layup. In traffic. Quinones inside. Kalani with a great save, but it goes over to the Warriors who bring the ball up. Fangarena Samiano. Ali Itakinaka missed the layup.
Rod, I really like the ball movement from the Kapaa Warriors. They seem to be moving the ball around nicely, trying to get that open shot. They're not forcing it. They're taking what they're given.
And that's all you can ask for. Substituting in for the Red Raiders is Kamaili Manibog. Oh, the Raiders get a steal. They trap. Warriors pushing it up the court. Alfonso inside to Trinity Guillen, and she's fouled on the layup attempt. So Trinity Guillen, she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Rod, what I've noticed in the last few possessions from Kapaa, they're starting to get a little loose and sloppy with the ball. They don't want to give Red Warriors any chance to get back into this ball game, so they're going to need to control and protect the ball a little better than the last few runs up the court.
And Guillen makes the first free throw. And Guillen converts on the second free throw. Corpus to Badua for 2.
It's nice ball movement from the Red Raiders on that possession.
Takenaka with the miss. Kauai Raiders bring the ball up.
Guillen seems to be real active on the rebounds for the Kapaa Warriors.
And turnover by the Warriors as Malafu comes back in the game. Also, Trinity Panaganan is coming in.
Kapaa Warriors still pressing.
And a steal by Panaganan. They call a foul.
Yeah, it looks like he called a foul on that last possession.
It'll be Warrior ball.
Let's
Malafu will take it out of the baseline.
Let's see if Kapaa gets back to basics here and starts dumping the ball down to Malafu on the post.
You know, I'm surprised the Raiders didn't go inside to Kalani with Malafu out. And Samiano, deadly threat from three-pointer. She is a knockdown shooter.
She is deadly on that outside, and the Red Raiders definitely have to get out on the shooters.
Samiano's one of those two-sport players that you talked about. She was a setter for the girls volleyball team this year.
Yes, she was. They had some success and won KIF, or they won on the island of Kauai.
Yeah.
Had a great season. But Rod, the Red Raiders are really going to have to change up their press break. They're getting trapped in the corners and losing the ball. They're going to have to work that ball around and try and break through the middle.
And Malafu gets her own rebound and follows up with the layup. She is just dominant inside the paint.
Rod, that weak side help on Malafu is going to have to come a lot quicker.
And the Raiders give it up. And Samiano with the layup. Red Raider possession. I'd like to see a little bit better spacing on the floor.
Right. Nice steal by the Red Raiders. Breakaway layup, no one there.
Alfonso with the layup. You know what, I'm noticing a lot of the Raiders seem to be trying to go 1 against 2 and trying to split the defense, and it's not working.
Yeah, they're having a heck of a time trying to get past this defense here.
And they're going to call a foul against Skylin Fangarang. And for the Red Raiders, Araya Fernandez, she'll give Layla Kalani a breather.
Kapaa with the smothering trap. That trap has been working to perfection tonight for the Kapaa Warriors. Red Raiders have not figured out how to break that trap yet. Red Raiders with the rebound. Now's the time to push it a little bit. There they go.
Fangarang almost with the steal. Red Raiders will keep possession.
Three minutes left in the second quarter.
Raiders moving the ball around the court. Up. Just as I say that, there's a steal by Trinity Penanganan.
Malafala down the middle.
Malafu
Nice
with the
pass. As we talked about a little bit, Rod, once Malafu gets the ball, she can run with it and lead the break from time to time, which she did that time.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch. So entering the game, I see her at the scorer's table, is Sierra Summer. This will be her first time playing basketball. Tyra with the steal as she misses the layup. Whoa. Such effort by these Warriors. Fangarang running into the bench to try to get a save.
And Sierra Summer gets her first action. She's another varsity volleyball player that had an excellent season this year. She was their middle blocker.
You know, the Raiders are telegraphing these passes It's just making it easier for the Warriors to just get the steals, and they're like sharks in the water.
They definitely are. They can smell the blood in the water, and they're attacking. Sometimes, Rod, it's like the old adage, you got to fake a pass to make a pass, and the telegraphs are getting picked off left and right by the Warriors.
I agree. If you telegraph and you're just making it easy for them. But if you fake, like you mentioned, you fake the pass, you get the defense moving one way, and it's at least keeping them honest.
Definitely.
At the free throw line is Skylin Fangarang. And she's unsuccessful in the first attempt. For those of you just joining us, it's the Kapaa Warriors 38, Kauai Red Raiders 5. We have 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first half. And Fangarang cannot convert on the second shot.
Looks like that's a double dribble. Kapaa ball. Takenaka back in the game.
Takenaka's coming in for Tyra Samiano.
Wide open three in the corner.
Kicks it out to Fangarang, and she misses. And Sierra Summer with the layup. I believe that's her first official KIF basket.
I believe you are correct. She is new to basketball, and that's a great way to start her basketball career.
And she grabs a rebound. Alfonso.
An excellent rebound by Summer.
Fangarang took an extra second to set her feet. Can't convert into the three. Oh, but she hustles for the steal. Can't remain control of it though. Red Raiders have it. Fernandez
with the outlet.
A good looking shot. Thought that might have gone in.
It's Kalani with the rebound for the Red Raiders.
Tough drive by Corpuz. Alfonso takes it coast to coast with the layup. We got about 20 seconds left.
Excellent body control on that. She created the contact herself, went up, and knocked down the layup. Excellent play.
Let's see if the Red Raiders can get a final shot. Foul call against the Warriors. Trinity Guillen comes in from Alafu. That's 7 seconds left. Corpuz with the ball for the Red Raiders.
Three-pointer in the corner. It's no good.
And at the half, Kapaa Warriors 42, the visiting Red Raiders 5. All right, folks, we're back. Rod Green here. with Christian Jenkins. What have we seen so far with this 42-5 score?
Well, it's been a real tough outing so far for the Raiders. Hopefully they made some adjustments in the halftime break. But what I see, they're going to have to be a lot stronger with the ball. Hopefully they've come up with another press break to try and get past that press, because that's given them all kinds of problems today. And they got to try and get Kalani involved on the post for the Red Raiders. She hasn't gotten many touches, and I think she can dominate just as well as Malafu can on the post if given the ball.
Well, that's a pretty hefty statement to say that she would be able to dominate as well as Malafu. But I will say that I agree with you that she can give Malafu some kind of fits to make her exert some energy on the defensive side. I don't even see her breaking a sweat right now.
She hasn't on the defensive end. She's just kind of floating around. They got to make Malafu work on both ends of the court and try and tire it out. But 42-5 is going to be a daunting challenge to try and get back in this game. They're just going to have to inch at it, see if they can get back in this game.
I'd like to see better spacing and better ball movement for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, the ball movement comes with them getting it past half court. They've had difficulties getting the ball past half court most of the night tonight. So once they get the ball half court, they're going to have to move it from side to side and try and look inside to get Kalani involved with the scoring. But if Kapaa Warriors continue to dump the ball down low to Malafu, this 42 is probably going to be an 82 here before long.
I don't disagree with you at all, Christian, on that one.
I'm hoping we get some intensity in this second half and make a little bit of a game out of this.
So the Warriors will start the second half with the possession. Samiano inbounds the ball to Alfonso.
Okay. Nice ball movement by Kapaa Warriors.
Very nice ball movement.
It's a nice dive to the basket by Malafu there. Good cut. Point guard found the cutter. Still having difficulties getting the ball up court.
One of our Kapaa volunteers was right there to clean up a wet spot. Safety first.
Definitely.
Red Raiders with the possession.
Malafu with the steal. Pushes the ball forward to Samiano. Samiano pulls back out to run the offense.
Oh, guys, a steal by Red Raiders.
Rod, the Red Raiders are going to definitely have to capitalize on layups if they want to try and get back in this game.
Alfonso over to Takenaka. She swings it over to Samiano. Into Malafu, who's in the paint. Malafu misses a layup. Oh,
nice pass by Malafu.
Pass, wow.
A hook shot pass by Malafu for the score to
I
again.
haven't seen that one. She pulled that one out of the arsenal. And Trinity Guillen with the layup. And she'll go to the free throw line again for a chance for a three-point conversion.
Seems like Trinity's been getting to the line quite often today.
A rare air ball free throw by Trinity.
Red Raiders with the ball. Okay, let's see how they choose to attack this press by the Kapaa Warriors.
They were successful that time.
Yeah, they successfully got past the trap, but they barely made it before the 10 seconds. They got to push the pace a little bit.
Raiders with the ball. Inbound to Corpuz. Corpuz attacks the middle. And Moneyball with the air ball 3. Malafu to Samiano. Over to Alfonso. And Malafu with the strong 2.
Rod, that's an excellent ball move for the Kapaa Warriors. They had 4 or 5 passes before they found Malafu on the post, and a nice, easy layup. Excellent offense. Another steal by Kapaa Warriors.
I think they're going to call carry. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, good call by the refs. That was definitely a carry.
So heading the officiating crew is Lenny Raposo. He also does the KIF football games.
Dangerous pass that was picked off by the Red Raiders.
Malafu with the pass to Samiano, who misses the layup. Kalani with the shot.
Yeah, I'd like to see her get the ball down low, Rod. We've been talking about that, but sometimes you got to demand the ball down low.
Alfonso taking it.
It's a nice Euro step by Alfonso, just couldn't hit with the shot.
Good ball movement again.
And Rod, with that excellent ball movement, gets you his wide open 3-pointers that was just hit by Samiano. Got to move the ball. They're moving the ball well. They're finding the outside shooters, and they're finding Malafu on the post. Everything going according to plan for the Warriors at this time.
So it looks like the ref called a foul, and it looks like it was against Trinity Guillen. I'd like to see a replay to see exactly what happened on that. At any rate, it's Red Raider ball. Ali'i Takanaka with the steal.
Nice pass and low to Malafu.
Malafu with a tough basket.
And one.
In traffic. And she'll go to the line.
She used her body nicely to create contact and go up strong for that layup and the free throw here.
So in for the Warriors is Fangarang and Elena Abel. Malafu at the free throw line. She'll try to convert. And does. Red Raider ball.
Looks like Kapaa still up and trapping.
So Rain Hurd will be in for the Warriors, and Shaylee Jacobs is in for the Red Raiders. Jacobs had a great look, not able to knock it down though. Fangarang over to Rain Hurd.
Nice ball
Malafu
movement.
With the pass out to Abel, who can't convert. Red Raider ball.
Rod, this three, what does this look like? They're going into a 2-2-1 press break. Has been deadly all night for the Kapaa Warriors.
Oh, and Kalani knocks down a shot. Was that a 2 or a 3?
I believe that was a 2-point basket.
It's like a long 2. So there'll be a timeout. Kapaa Warriors 54, Kauai Red Raiders 7. With the Warriors, with some of their couple of younger players in, I think the Red Raiders have a chance of having a little bit more success with breaking the press.
I would agree with that statement. It looks like they'll have a little more time. There's a little less size on the court for the Kapaa Warriors, so that might make it a little easier for the Red Raiders to get across the half-court line. But again, I'd like to see the Red Raiders from time to time attack that press with a little bit of speed and aggressiveness. They're walking into the press and getting trapped into the corners.
Okay, it'll be Warrior ball. I'm surprised the Red Raiders haven't pressed at all this game. Is it that they don't have the athleticism, or?
No, I think they have the athleticism. I don't think that was in their game plan to start the game, but that's an excellent point. They should have been doing the same thing Kapaa's been doing to them.
Yeah, maybe give them a dose of their own medicine.
Exactly.
Red Raiders on the possession. The Warriors travel.
Red Warriors a little sloppy with the ball.
Scrapping on the floor. That's what you like to see. A lot of heart. The Red Raiders are not going to give up, and their coach won't allow them to do that. Kolotita Fonua coming in for the first time for the Warriors. And she'll replace Trinity Guillen. So this is a very interesting lineup for the Warriors right now. We'll see if the Red Raiders can capitalize.
Seems like the perfect opportunity to try and dump the ball to the low block to Kalani to see if they can get her going and get some points.
Well, it looked like they took your advice on that one. They tried to go into her. She got fouled, so she'll go to the line for 2.
Once she grabbed the ball, I would have liked to see her get a little more control with her feet, set, get a nice move, and then go up strong. She kind of was rushed with that shot, but she did get the foul, and hopefully she can knock down 2.
Kalani can't convert on the first free throw. And it'll be a 30-second timeout by the Red Raiders.
Rodwell, we have about 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Nothing really has changed in this game. The Red Warriors are still having a difficult time bringing the ball up, and they're not finding their big down on the block as much as they probably should.
Wait, did you just say Red Warriors?
Did I say that?
The Red Warriors. Got him.
Oh, my goodness. That tells you how long of a game this has been.
Hey, that's okay. I was doing a play-by-play for a football game once, and I said the 51-yard line, and I got called on it, so it happens. So Raiders coming out of a timeout as Kalani is at the free throw line. And she misses the second. I don't know about you, I'm not really a big fan of calling a timeout when my own team is at the free throw line. I kind of feel like you're icing your own player.
I agree with that. You want to let them get in a rhythm, shoot the first one, and shoot the second one.
Fonua attacking the basket, she gets fouled.
I like how she attacked. She drew the contact and tried to get the ball up. Foul on the ground. Skyland for 3.
Bangering with the deep 3.
She didn't hesitate on that.
Not at all.
She can knock that down anywhere on the court.
Yeah, she does have a reputation for being a shooter, so that's going to be a welcome addition for these Lady Warriors. Red Raiders go inside, and Kalani can't convert.
They're trying to go inside. I think it might be a little too late for that, but keep dumping the ball inside.
You know, you had mentioned that Kalani would do well by just setting her feet and not rushing. And I think that was a perfect example. She got the ball. I think if she just maybe gave it a half a second just to set herself.
Right.
Especially with Malafu not being there.
Exactly. Now's her time to bully her way to the rim.
Establish herself, exactly.
All you need to do is set those feet. Nice drop set will get you right to the rim.
And there's a travel call. Be Red Raider possession.
Nice look inside. Nice look again.
Ready for the pass. Kalani looked like she set herself there.
She did. She set her feet. She made a nice move, and she went up strong and got the foul. Like you said earlier, this is a time they need to take advantage of Malafu not being in the game. That was an excellent move.
And Kalani is only a sophomore, so she's going to give KIF fits in these years to come as she converts the first free throw.
She definitely is. She's going to get definitely a lot stronger. She's going to get that footwork together in the future years, and she's going to be deadly.
And she knocks down the second free throw. Okay, Bronco, one of the other refs, was having a conversation with Kalani. Not sure what that was about, but it's Warrior ball.
And now you have the Red Raiders starting to press for the first time in the game.
See how Kapaa handles it.
Nice.
Warriors had no trouble breaking that press.
None at all.
Kalani with a nice mid-range shot.
They're starting to feed her on the block, and it's paying off for them a little bit.
Oh, there's the press that we talked about. Now the Raiders are giving the Warriors a dose of their own medicine. And the Red Raiders with the three. Shaylee Jacobs.
Rod Jacobs did not hesitate with that shot. She got the pass, shot it immediately, nothing but net. Excellent
and the Raiders
shot.
just forced another turnover.
And got a little momentum working their way. Tried to draw the foul, didn't get it. Red Raiders with the rebound.
Nice save by Rain Hurd, but it goes to the Red Raiders.
Kalani with the rebound, back up strong. Kalani draws a foul.
Kalani's fouled. Are they going to say she's in the act of shooting? Looks like it. Two shots for Kalani.
She's shooting. Raiders have a long road to climb, but they're getting there inch by inch. Keep dumping the ball on the block. Good things are happening.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, there is no quit in these Red Raiders.
No, they're a scrappy bunch, and they're not going to give up. That's for sure.
Layla Kalani with the first free throw.
So maybe if we tried to establish Kalani a little more at the beginning of the game, we might have worked in their favor a little more.
You know, I think they tried, but it's easier said than done. I mean, you don't have Alfonso on the floor. You don't have Malafu
on the floor.
Samiano.
Yeah, definitely.
Those are your defensive stalwarts. And the Red Raiders will remain with the possession of the ball.
That looks like Warrior ball.
Give it Warrior ball.
I wouldn't be surprised
with the
if Skyland pulls up. A little too much dribbling there, Rod. We should have maybe tried to pass the ball around, get into our offense a little bit.
Yeah, Fangarang had the ball. So Corpuz with the Red Raiders. Her defending Corpuz. Quinones with the three-point attempt.
Nine seconds left in the third quarter.
Now this is a young squad in right now for the Warriors. Let's see if they are mindful of the clock. 3 seconds. Fangarang with the three-point attempt.
And that is the end of the third quarter. Warriors 57, Raiders 15. Start of the fourth quarter here. Warriors 57, Raiders 15.
So to be Red Raider ball, you know, one thing I noticed, there is no 35-second clock. KIF, from what I understand, is supposed to be going to the 35-second shot clock.
Definitely, I think that installation is in the works. Kalani on the post. Kalani up. See, they're getting the ball into Kalani right now, but footwork appears to be an issue right now. If she just sets her feet, waits a half second, and then tries to make a move, she might be a little more successful. But I like her getting the ball and trying to go up strong with it.
In all fairness, you got Malafu back in there. Oh, look at Kalani down on the ground, diving for the ball. Good effort by Kalani.
I would look for Malafu to dive to the basket here to get the ball.
And a simple pass to Trinity Guillen for two.
Paul putting on a little bit of pressure at half court.
Raiders did a good job of breaking the press, but then they turn over once they got it past half court.
Samiano looks down to Guillen. Looks like a foul on the floor.
So foul against the Red Raiders. Trinity Guillen fouled.
Guillen's been extremely aggressive on the post today. She's either getting to the layups or getting to the fouls. I like her aggressiveness. Malafu dives to the ball.
Did you see Malafu just bully and just create the space?
She bullied her way to the rim for an easy two.
That's a veteran move right there.
Definitely. She created the
Kalani with the spin. Oh. Kalani trying to get some payback on Malafu.
Yeah.
Great move. Wasn't able to convert, though.
Samiano right back to Malafu. Malafu back out to Samiano.
Alfonso with the three.
Excellent ball movement by the Warriors.
Yeah, this Warrior team is showing you why they're the KIF and D2 state champs.
They definitely are. They are poised and ready to go.
There's a block by Malafu. Red Raider ball.
Red Raiders moving the ball around.
Got a foul call. Looks like it's going to be against the Warriors.
A lot of dribbling with the Red Warriors. You got to move the ball side to side. Malafu with the break.
The break. Malafu with the coast-to-coast layup. She had a big smile on her face as she was coming down court.
Every time a big dribbles, they have a smile on their face. They like to be the point guard from time to time, and she can handle the ball, as she's shown us with that layup.
What do you see as her position at the next level?
At the next level, I can see her playing the 3 or the 4. I'm going to expect that her jump shot's going to come together a little more at the collegiate level. With her size, she has good size at about 6'1", but if she works on that jump shot, I can see her running as a 3, definitely. She can handle the ball. She can get the ball up in tight spaces. Nice dive by Malafu.
Alfonso. Oh, Samiano gets it into Malafu with a rare turnover.
And Warriors with another steal. Nice move by number 21.
She kicks it outside to Fangarang, and she misses a 3 short. Warrior ball.
Malafu mishandles the ball.
Raiders with the steal. Jasmine Karpuz with the layup attempt. And it's blocked by Malafu. Follow up by Red Raiders and a foul against Trinity Guillen.
Rod, with the way the score is right now with the Warriors 66 and the Raiders 17, I'm assuming the benches are going to clear here shortly. That some of the other players that haven't got a lot of playing time in the preseason here and get some work on the court.
And Jacobs converts on the three-point play. Alfonso brings the ball up, swings it over to Samiano. Into Malafu.
Alfonso, nice shot by Alfonso.
Once again, you talked about that ball movement.
And no hesitation to pull the trigger for that shot.
Quinones bringing it up for the Red Raiders. Malafu with the block.
I don't think she even had to jump for that block,
She didn't
Rod.
jump. She never left her feet.
Alfonso.
Which is excellent defensively. Fangarang with the miss and Malafu with the layup. You know,
there's just no size to keep Malafu off the boards right now, Rod.
Karpuz with the miss layup. Fangarang bringing it up.
It's going to dump right back into Malafu here. She's open on the block.
Malafu looks a little winded.
She does. She does look a little winded.
Red Raider ball.
Samiano's been active.
Yes,
She's been active.
She tried to get that quick steal.
She's been dumping that ball into Malafu quite a bit on the block.
And what I like about the Warriors is they're a very unselfish team.
Definitely. They're just looking for the open man. Whoever's open is going to get the ball, and they're going to score. Skyland running the break. Pulls up, try and get into their offense.
Jacobs with the D. Alfonso with the rare miss. Karpuz bringing the ball up. She tried to get an interior pass. Malafu was right there, though.
Alfonso, good body control there.
Alfonso with the Euro, can't convert.
Ooh.
Samiano goes down, no call.
Yeah, she took a hard hit.
Yes, she did. Coming back in for the Red Raiders is Layla Kalani.
All right, it looks like the Red Raiders have cleared their benches. I think they've thrown in the white towel.
See, Anna Pereira is making an appearance.
Yeah, this will be good for the subs with the Red Raiders. Get a little bit of playing time, run the offense a little bit, run the defense, get familiar with everything. I don't think Malafu will be in too much longer. Samiano, nice rebound, looks up, finds the open man. Oh.
Fangarang can't convert on a layup. Red Raider ball. Malafu with the steal. The pass to Samiano. And the layup by Samiano. You know, with 2 minutes left in the game, it's 70-18. A lot of the starters are still in for the Warriors. And this is the time of the game where you might want to think about pulling them out. You don't want to risk any freak injury or tweaking an ankle.
Yeah, Rod, I was thinking the exact same thing, too. And a lot of the starters that are still in look winded. So, oh, here we go.
Yeah, they're bringing Malafu and Fangarang out right now.
All right, so it looks like both teams have cleared their bench for the final 2 minutes of the game. Nice drive by Karpuz. Couldn't hit it, though.
You know, I like Karpuz's game. It's Rain Hurd, and she misses the layup. Anna Pereira with a tough rebound. Constantino inbounding the pass to Corpus. Got about a minute and 30 seconds left in this game.
Corpus tried to force that into the post. Telegraphed the pass a little bit. Hurd with an...
Oh.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Hurd set her feet a little bit before she took that jump shot. That was just kind of a fling in the air.
Yeah.
But that's what they're out there to do, try and work on their game a little bit and get some minutes.
And Hurd commits the foul. So it looks like the Warriors are in the bonus. So Leanne Vegas will be at the free throw line for the Red Raiders. Does not convert on the first free throw attempt.
Hurd with the rebound.
Yes. Raiders and Warriors are scrapping. And the Warriors will call a timeout. Full timeout. You know, one thing I noticed when, and this seems to be across the board, whenever the subs get in the game, the starters are always really excited for them to get in, and you can tell who the players, who they really are excited for if they get a chance to score.
Definitely, especially if they get a chance to score. You'll see some people on the sidelines jumping for joy here. Well, Rod, it looks like Kapaa Warriors, they dominated this from the beginning to the end. It just looked like Red Raiders were overmatched for this game. I'm not sure what adjustments they can make for the next meeting, but this was definitely a tough matchup for the Red Raiders.
Right, and like I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, on paper, the Kapaa Warriors are expected to run the table. You know, they're expected to, they're the reigning champs. You know, you got 3 players that were all KIF, one of them being KIF Player of the Year of, you know, Olivia Malafu. So,
right.
But I think this is definitely a learning experience for the Red Raiders, and they're not going to do anything but improve from here. So.
Oh, definitely. That was a nice drive to the basket by Mendez. Looks like she was in the motion of shooting. Mendez has showed a lot of energy on the court today.
Yes, she has. She knocks down that first free throw.
Hey, let's. And she gets the second.
Knocked down a second free throw. Just under 1 minute left to go in the game. Turnover by the Warriors, and the Red Raiders convert.
Vegas gets the steal, the foul, and the N1. Good confidence builder for them moving forward, getting a couple last points here at the end of the game.
Did we get a foul?
Yeah. She got the foul and made the free throw, made the basket. And the free throw. Way to finish strong by Menendez.
Looks like we have a travel against Elena Abel. It'll be Raider ball.
Yeah, she had a little movement on the feet there. Refs are calling it all the way to the end, as they should.
As they should, as they should. Warriors with the steal.
Turnover by number 23.
A little too excited.
Looks
the
like
ball.
it was off of number 15's foot.
22 seconds left. Oh, nice three-pointer by Menendez.
Menendez knocks down another one. She's gotten hot here in these last few minutes.
Got 10 seconds left. We'll see if the Warriors try to score.
I think they're just going to hold the ball here. Nope.
Hurd with the shot.
Oh, Sierra with the follow.
And that'll be it.
And
the final score, 70-26.
Dominating game by the Kapaa Warriors.
The final score, Kapaa Warriors 70, Kauai Red Raiders 26.
So one thing that's a tradition in KIF is both teams will sing their alma mater at the conclusion of the game. So the Red Raiders, once they shake hands with each other, the Red Raiders will go first, and then the home team will do their alma mater. I think it's pretty classy.
It is classy. Are you going to lead us in these vocals, Rod?
I will not be leading in the vocals.
Neither will I. We don't want to clear out the arena before it's time.
Exactly.
One thing I did notice, Rod, about the end of the game, the Red Raiders, they continued to fight to the last minute of the game. They got a little flurry of points at the end, and hopefully that'll be a little confidence booster moving forward for their next games.
It'll be interesting to see how they match up against the Waimea Minihuni.
That will definitely be an interesting game. Kapaa, more of the same. Just continue to pump the ball down to Malafu. If she's not open, hit your three-point shooters on the outside, and they knock down the shots today.
And Malafu, as many, and I don't know, I don't have the amount of points she scored in front of me, but she did miss quite a few layups today.
Yeah, uncharacteristically, she usually doesn't miss those two-footers, but I think she missed 4 or 5 of them. With those makes, she'd probably be over 30 points for tonight's game.
Easily, yeah. And the Red Raiders finished their alma mater. They have one of the more popular songs. Sometimes I hear the Kapaa team sing in a certain part.
Definitely popular. Now, if I can get my son to learn it, then we'd be on.
Good luck with that one. And the Warriors conclude their alma mater. So, what's your take on this season opener between the Kapaa Warriors and the Kauai Red Raiders here?
Well, it went according to what I thought it was going to go. I thought Kapaa would win the game, but I thought it would be a little more close. I knew Malafu would dominate on the post, which she did. I knew the Kapaa three-point shooters would come out strong and knock down a few three-pointers. I just wasn't expecting this pure dominance by the Kapaa Warriors. It was very impressive.
Very impressive, and I think the Red Raiders would be okay. They just need to improve their spacing as well as figuring out how to break that press.
Yeah, that press was definitely the downfall for the Red Raiders tonight. They never really attacked the press. They always walked in slowly to the press, got trapped in the corners, and then threw the ball away trying to escape the press. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board on that and work out a few things to be able to beat that, because Kapaa has a dangerous press. They get a lot of turnovers, a lot of pressures. They're going to really have to go to the back to the drawing board for that.
All right, well, thanks for the folks at home that tuned in today. I want to give a special shout out to the Kapaa Media team for putting on this broadcast. Excellent job by the Kapaa Media team led by Chris Sandro. And this is going to be the wrap up here. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Everybody have a good evening.
Aloha. Drive home safe.